be that bad. Oh, it can't 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 be that bad.
They called it Nintendo 64 because it was 64 bits, right?
That's $64.
Or was it made in 1964?
It cost $60.
You know when they say like the name of the TV show in the TV show?
Yeah.
They just said, just kicking it, and I like that.
Oh, nice. I like in Goodfellas when they say, hey, Goodfellas.
Hey guys, we're pretty good fellas.
We're Goodfellas.
Where that scene in Scarface where he's looking in the mirror, he's like, now I have a scar face.
Imagine.
That's how the remake's gonna be. I can't go out in public, not with this scar face.
Just a second.
I have an impression of Christian that I perfected today.
Stop.
Oh, it's honestly, it's uncanny.
Not.
That's what he was doing it earlier.
Stop it.
Stop it, dude. Fire. One more.
What?
Told y'all, it's good. Oh, you actually got an email
From your doctor, you have herpes.
Wow, nice.
Why would a doctor
Extra
email-
large.
Extra large herpes.
Yeah.
We have 3 sizes, but they're all extra
You
large.
tell me I can't get a Paquito herpes?
Can I get herpetos?
Would you rather like be in a movie? Would you rather be the star of a film, or
Yes.
would you rather direct the film? And you can't do both in the same day.
I'd rather be in it.
It depends on the thing. If it's a movie like Titanic, I probably want to be in it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But if it's a movie like Othello, I could direct that. I would like to direct it.
Would you say that like improv is an art, right?
Yes.
Like it's an art form, and I feel like with any art form, you always develop that art. So how do you find yourself getting better at improv? Like when you first entered the scene, I'm sure you probably had a lot of nervousness. You know, maybe like, what do I really say? How do you start getting over that? How do you start to get better at it?
Stage presence. When you get comfortable with being in front of an audience, that's half of it. What a lot of people don't understand about improv is like that there's a science and structure to
That's
it.
why, yeah.
One of the first things at the forefront of our mind is like, okay, we have to set who we are to each other, where we are, and what the
for the scene
situation at
itself.
hand is.
Okay.
With that, those are all the tools to kind of bring it somewhere.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time learning the building blocks of what makes an improv scene tick.
Right.
And then I think one of the things that makes our improv work so well is we'll build up so you know where it's going, and then we take a left turn, and then we'll
Gotcha.
build it, and then we'll take a different kind of turn.
Okay, so we had this very deep discussion a couple weeks ago on stream. It was pretty polarizing. Basically, what we were trying to discuss was, you know, everyone poops, right? Like, do you sit and wipe after, or do you stand and lean and wipe? Like, so there's two people. So here's the thing. You didn't know that the other person existed. You've been wiping your ass and being like, I just wipe my ass like everyone else. Like, how else would you wipe an ass?
Yeah.
There's another side to this issue. So there are some of us who will never actually leave the seat, and they will just kind of tuck themselves under.
Take the crack.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe not tip. Maybe not tip. I'm just gonna rub.
Tip the crack, bro. You start your tip, you get your full shaft, you get your balls, you get your full tank, then you get the poopy.
That way you got it.
Wipe all the way back up your spine, pull it over your head, wipe down your face, down your belly button, back to tip. Then throw that guy in the trash.
Alejandro goes sideways.
So,
From cheek to cheek.
so there are heathens like that, and then there's people, normal people, well-adjusted people, fit for society people,
Holy shit.
who lift off the seat, slight lean forward, and then wipe.
What
are you?
I lift off to go sit on the butt water thing.
The boat.
A bidet, a bidet.
A debate. A toupee.
Croissant. I go sit on the croissant.
Like where are we going with
I
this?
believe it's called a beignet.
Where do you fall on this spectrum? Are you a sitter? That
Well,
leans
I never
forward?
wipe.
Oh, okay. Well, I was so
Posted.
shocked that there was a second side, but I just completely know there could be a third side, but no wiper.
I stand up.
And poop.
How have we spent more time on poop talk than Shaq food?
Because this is the real thing.
Because unlike this, that was actually shit. Yeah, that was a mistake. You use baby wipes? That has been
They're not flushable.
Depends. I use
9 out of 10 plumbers recommend that you flush this.
Yeah, they didn't ask real plumbers.
Ever heard of the movement called
This guy.
No Wipes, No Pipes?
Is that a grassroots movement? Yeah, it sounds.
Just started.
Hashtag
No
NWA.
pipes. I like it.
No
I
whites
like it.
allowed.
No wipes.
No wipes allowed, dude.
What would you say your favorite comedic aesthetic is? Like, there's dry humor, witty humor, slapstick. There's more like physical humor. What's your favorite?
Jason Bateman's type of humor being like the straight man in a wacky situation where he is basically the eyes of the audience, and he's outside of him. He's viewing all this wackiness around him. Like Arrested Development does
Love that show.
it well.
One thing I've noticed, even in movies, just old popular culture, before it used to be more theatrics. Yeah. And now you have a lot of, like you said, like realism. Like, we want to see you, like this human. It's kind of funny. You go to a movie to see someone act like a normal person now.
Yeah, I like vaudeville comedy, really. I like juggling and ventriloquism. Because I was always a fan of, like, wit, like quick humor.
You like British comedy a lot. You
Yeah,
are
I
a
did.
fan of British comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy of Errors, that's a big tentpole in comedy.
What was that comedy?
A comedy of errors.
Explain if you don't mind.
An example would be like, if Alejandro had a girlfriend named Stacy,
If he
and
had
I
a
never, if Alejandro had a girlfriend.
Alejandro.
Yes.
in
I
my
have a
opinion.
question for you.
Oh, okay.
You know,
This is for me.
it's for So,
I'm with you.
how do you feel now that Christian is better looking than you than he was?
Oh!
So has it affected the dynamic?
Yes.
Has it changed?
It has.
Cut a couple of facts straight out here real quick. Christian used to be really gross and ugly. Now he's not as gross and ugly. And I'm proud of him for it. Because he makes a lot of strides and has made a better person for himself. Here's where my problems lie. Okay. Christian has this confidence. And we can't have two confident guys. My problem is two people playing the same character. It's like,
I'm not playing your character.
You don't have
You
two
can't-
Spider-Mans. You don't have two
oh,
Iron Mans.
thank you. Thank
You
you.
know, can you sing the Rubber Ducky song?
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Yes.
Rubber ducky, so much fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
It's cute. What is that?
Ernie sings it with
Yeah.
the rubber ducky.
A time for you to ask me, do you have any questions for me?
When you got into Twitch, what was the biggest hurdle to get over? Like, when you first started out, I'm sure you have to have, you know, decent skills at video games and entertainment, but what was something that you didn't expect to be a hurdle that you had to get
Didn't
over?
expect to be? Okay, that makes it a little easier. So, like, playing the games themselves wasn't difficult. I guess the hardest thing, mentally, it's kind of burning out. We burn out temporarily. I feel like I believe very strongly in my ambition and my dream, even though, like, I falter on that sometimes. And I feel like if you don't, you guys should as well. But I'm sure you guys like really believe in what you're doing. As of recently, I've gone through my tribulations with doing that. I think mentally I found paths where I go, okay, I've always kind of been on my own path. Whether, you know, like growing up and, you know, you would probably know, like Asian parents want you to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, you become a loser comedian. And it's like, how do you...
Hey, I'm just a loser.
Right? But, you know, I'm just a loser. I'm not even funny, bro. But I'm proud of what I've gone through to get to this point. Who would be your dream guest on the podcast? Like, if you could have anyone, dead or alive, dead or
Okay.
alive.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
My question is, though, if I'm bringing somebody back from the dead.
They are alive when you bring them back. They're not just a dead body.
Perfect.
Yes, yes.
Not my
okay.
question.
Well,
Not my
I'm
question.
glad-
My question is, they understand like what a podcast is. I'm not gonna have to spend the whole podcast explaining
No, you have to tell
to
them if like you bring Benjamin Franklin on the podcast. you
He's
gotta
gonna be
explain
shitting. He's gonna be like screaming the whole
it.
time.
He's gonna, what's that? That's a brown
That's
person
Christian.
of color.
That's Christian Baltazar. He's my
He's allowed to
host.
sit with you? Yes. Yes, he is.
We have friends. here.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. Cheers, y'all. To chat,
To chat.
for gracing us with your presence and making this a great experience.
Thanks, Chad.
Alright, so the next game we're playing is called Super Seducer. It is the culmination of apparently 25 years of psychological dating advice. I cannot guarantee these results. Do with it what you will.